Thanks for joining us here on this edition of Seahawks Today, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here, as we are talking potential replacements for Rayshawn Jenkins, one of the newest members of the Seattle Seahawks this season. We found out that he is going to be out potentially for the rest of the season. He's been placed on IR with a hand injury. The latest update from Brady Henderson of ESPN posting the following on X. The Seahawks announced they put safety Rayshawn Jenkins on injured reserve. He has to miss at least the next 4 games. Jenkins has been listed with a hand injury and has been playing with a cast on his hand. Seattle signed safety Okada off the practice squad to take his roster spot. And the sad reality is, although it seems like he just got here, and we all recall the big play that he had against the Giants when he had that scoop and score touchdown at the goal line, took it all the way back for one of the longest plays in franchise history. He might be done. That might be it for him in Seattle. He might have played his last snap as a member of the Seattle Seahawks. As Seaside Joe, who does a great job doing independent coverage of the Seahawks on his Substack feed, he put this out. If Rayshawn Jenkins misses extended time beyond 4 games, this could be the end of the Rayshawn Jenkins era. Didn't see enough in the first 6 games to necessarily guarantee he will make it to year 2 of his contract. So where do the Seahawks go from here? For now, Kayvon Wallace enters the starting lineup, and I know a lot of you have been wanting to see more of Coby Bryant, but we've been told that the direction the Seahawks are going to go with this injury is Kayvon Wallace will slide into that strong safety position with Julian Love at the free safety spot. And Love, he's been banged up recently as well. But I would think that we'll see more of Coby Bryant as a part of this equation. And then we mentioned Ty there also gets promoted from the practice squad. But that doesn't mean the Seahawks won't add more. This is what they're doing at least for the time being, and we'll see where they go from here. So we'll talk about some potential replacement options, including some very familiar names for your Seattle Seahawks coming up in just a moment. But let's ask you this. Has Rayshawn Jenkins played his last game in Seattle for the Seattle Seahawks? Is it over for Rayshawn Jenkins? Is it end of an era through 6 games already? Weigh in, let us know. Type Y for yes, in for no if you think he's played his last game with the Seahawks or not. All week long here on Seahawks Today, we are in a sub-battle with our Falcons channel in the lead-up to Sunday's game to see what fan base is going to be the more dominant bird team. And here on Seahawks Today, you may be wondering, why should you subscribe? We're bringing you a daily video, sometimes 2 and 3 videos a day, like what we've done on Thursday this week, in addition to our breaking news, our Q&A mailbags. We also do our live shows on Wednesdays. It is a great time here on Seahawks Today. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/SeahawksTV. And make sure and join us coming up this Sunday. We're going to be live bright and early, 9 a.m. Pacific, for our hour-long pregame show. Then we'll be live throughout the game for Seahawks and Falcons right here on Seahawks Today. Make sure and join us, 9 a.m. Pacific, coming up on Sunday. We'll see you then. There it is, folks. You knew it was coming. Jamal Adams is the first name that we will start with. Jamal Adams was officially released by the Tennessee Titans on Thursday, on his birthday, nonetheless. He lost his job, but don't feel too bad for him because he actually requested his release from the Tennessee Titans. And here we go again, folks, with mentioning Jamal Adams as he was released from the Seahawks back in March. They moved on from his big contract, and they were still interested in potentially bringing him back. The idea that was thrown out there by both John Schneider and Mike McDonald was to move him to the linebacker position. And then when he signed with the Tennessee Titans, we heard from Jamal Adams and his people say that he didn't want to be anyone's rush boy, and that's why he didn't consider going to Seattle at the time. Well, with the Seahawks having a need at safety, this could be the opportunity Jamal Adams was potentially looking for a return to Seattle, with the Seahawks a bit short-handed at this safety spot. Now, I will say that Jamal Adams, as much as it would pain me to bring back Jamal Adams to this Seahawks team, with everything that has gone on with Jamal Adams, when you talk about the injury issues, the character issues, as he quit on his team last year, didn't show up for that Monday night game against the Eagles and created some controversy within the locker room for that. We know about how he's handled some other things off the field, referring to reporters' wife as ugly and all that. There's a lot of red flags with Jamal Adams. But this is a man that has not played good football in recent memory and might come in with a different attitude than when he was here previously, with something to prove, something with a chip on his shoulder, if you will, for Jamal Adams. So with that in mind, you might be able to put some of that stuff away with knowing that for Jamal Adams, this could be his last chance to prove what he's really worth. So, with that said, you know how I feel. It's a hell no for me. But what do you guys think? Should the Seahawks consider bringing back Jamal Adams? Type HY for hell yes, HN for hell no. Get in that comment section and let us know what you think. One of the top players on the trade block leading up to the trade deadline on November 5th is Arizona Cardinals safety Budda Baker. Budda. And Budda Baker, I feel like we've been talking trade rumors with Budda Baker for about 2 or 3 years now, but he's still with the Arizona Cardinals. But now his name has come up more than ever. And intra-division trades are rare. You guys know this. It's not very often that we see players get traded within the divisions they're already in. But you think about this situation with the Arizona Cardinals. They're a long ways away from being a serious threat, from being a contender. They are rebuilding this team from the ground up. So with that said, if anyone was going to trade within the division, it seems like the Cardinals could be one of the more likely teams to do so. Despite how bad Arizona's been, Budda Baker still played at a fairly high level over the most recent years. This season, 6 games played, he's averaging 10 tackles a game with 3 TFLs and 1 pass breakup. You have to go back a few years before he had an interception. Back in 2022, that was one of his best campaigns, as he had 111 tackles with 1 TFL, 7 pass breakups, and 2 interceptions that season. But still a very good football player, still got a lot of time left. I think in the National Football League, this could be the solution Seattle's looking for, and I don't think you'd have to give up a ton for how good he actually is. Should the Seahawks trade for Budda Baker? It's our pinned comment today. Weigh in, let us know. Type T for trade, P for pass. Get in that comment section, let us know. Today's show is sponsored by Public Rec. I'm wearing one of their fantastic T-shirts right now. It's actually a polo, and it's extremely comfortable, folks. They also offer pants. Let me tell you about it. Let's be real, guys. Wearing pants sucks. Who decided that stiff, uncomfortable fabric digging into your family jewels was necessary to go out and look put together? Well, I'm here to tell you that those days are finally over. Public Rec has developed the revolutionary Daymaker pant that feels as comfortable as sweats, but look and fit like tailored pants. They're super stretchy and made with an elastic waistband, but you can wear them absolutely anywhere. Wear them lounging around the house, eating Cheetos, or football Sundays with the boys. You can even wear them on that first date, and no one will know you're wearing sweats. You can finally have indoor comfort with outdoor style by wearing Public Rec's Daymaker pants. For a limited time only, our listeners get 20% off their entire order when you use the code CHAT at publicrec.com. That's 20% off your order at publicrec.com with promo code CHAT. Stop the suffering in regular pants. For a limited time, our listeners get 20% off when you use code CHAT at checkout. That's 20% off with the code CHAT at publicrec.com. After your purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Say goodbye to pants that put up a fight, because when comfort meets style, you found Public Rec. All right, let's go to the next player on our list, and it's another potential trade candidate, a guy that's been talked about a lot with how bad the Jags season is going, and that is Andre Cisco. I want to call him Crisco, although I've never used Crisco to cook or anything like that. That's not my area of expertise, but nonetheless, still a very young football player, just 24 years old. I don't think he's reached his full potential just yet. I think a guy like Mike McDonald could potentially open up some things with Andre Cisco that we haven't seen. And he was a former teammate of Rayshawn Jenkins. So potentially stepping in to Jenkins' role Jenkins, with that familiarity there, could potentially help him get up to speed pretty fast. So far this season, he's accounted for 31 tackles, 3 pass breakups, and 1 interception. Had a very strong 2023 campaign with 62 tackles, 1 TFL, 5 pass breakups, and 4 interceptions. Next on our list, this guy, you may know him more so as a corner, but he's played plenty of safety over his career as well, and that is New England Patriots safety Jonathan Jones, who's at 31 years of age at this point, and I think he's still got something left in the tank. Despite being a bit older now, getting into his early 30s and all that, I think that Jonathan Jones has shown that he can still play at a high level in the National Football League. And if you're the Seattle Seahawks, realistically, you're just looking for a short-term solution to get you through this situation. You don't necessarily have to give Jones a long-term deal. You look at his statistics, and so far this year, he has racked up 25 tackles with 3 pass breakups. Last season, 48 tackles with 7 pass breakups. Had a really good season in 2022 with 4 interceptions, 11 pass breakups in 69 tackles. He is a name to keep an eye on. If you had to pick one to trade for, you're going with Andre Cisco or you're going with Jonathan Jones. Type AC for Andre Cisco. Type JJ for Jonathan Jones. Weigh in and let us know. Last on our list, another former Seahawk on this list, and that is 28-year-old Ryan Neal, who is available in free agency. In 2022, he was the highest-graded safety in the entire NFL by Pro Football Focus. Goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year after the Seahawks ultimately elected to not bring him back, and he did not have a great season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year, but he did thrive in the old regime in Pete Carroll's defense the last time he was in Seattle. You go back and look at these statistics. Last year, 76 tackles, 4 pass breakups. Then that really good season in 2022, he accounted for 66 tackles, 4 TFLs, 8 pass breakups, and 1 interception. Not a bad potential bargain buy for a guy that's very familiar with this Seahawks team. And with him available in free agency, you could pick him up right now without having to give up anything. Who is a safety the Seahawks should add? We've gone over a few names. There's obviously more out there potentially on the market. Who would you like to see the Seahawks potentially bring in? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe now to Seahawks Today for continuing Seahawks coverage. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on Sunday for Seahawks and Falcons right here on Seahawks Today.